Imagine this, you are making your own game and you wanna have your own hanging light, but you don't wanna have some anchored one, you don't wanna have some floppy kind of looking rope constraints that never reset their position, so your lights end up like this, and you just wanna have something like this. A rope constraint that slowly but surely sets its parts position to the original C-frame. Well, if you watch this entire video, you're soon going to learn how to make this your own velocity reset script. Oh, and the best part, it's only going to take 2 minutes. And let's get to work. So some of you already know the drill. Go to this video's link, press the get model, and once you do that, you're basically going to have this script right here, velocity reset. I'm going to be placing the script inside of the workspace and the module script inside of replicate storage. Do not change its name because we're going to be referencing it inside of our script, so you don't have to just copy and paste this whole chunk of logic right here, which is basically going to repeat if you want to have multiple scripts and parts. So I'm just going to be searching for something that has a rope constraint. As you can see, I just searched for some hanging signs. I'm actually going to duplicate this model, place it side by side with my script. So I'm just going to be dragging this script inside of the main part that the player touches, which is sign. Do not place it inside of the model because essentially what this whole system does is resets the part assembly linear velocity. I hope I spelled this right. And that's only a property unions and parts have. So you want to make sure that the part you got is not anchored too. Alright, I'm going to be hitting play and let's just see if it works. So this is the one without the script and this is the one with the script. And let's wait. And as you can see, it already reset. Okay, it's a little bit wobbly because it's approaching 0, but it eventually settles down. Alright, we got a realistic light bulb. Let's just see what the hell it has. We got a wire. What does this one do? Oh my freaking god. Damn. Alright, I'm just going to be deleting this whole script. And we don't actually need a wire right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it a little bit. Make it something like this. Make sure it's anchored. And I'm going to be placing an attachment. Rename it to something like start because this is where our wire is going to start. Yeah, pretty logical. I'm just going to be duplicating it and rename it to something like end, and this is where our wire is going to stop. And we got a ball, we got a light, we got a metal. Now what I will recommend is taking the part that the player is going to be interacting. In this case I think it's going to be the bulb. So I'm just going to be placing all of this inside of the ball. Alright, and place the end inside of the ball because this is where we need our attachment. And just for the sake of the model to look way more organized, I'm going to be adding a rope constraint inside and make it visible. Place the attachment 0 with the start one, the attachment 1 with the end. And I'm going to be changing it to something like 4. Yeah, it's visible. And we can just change the attachment a little bit, so it goes something like this. Let me change its color. Yeah, let's set up for this gray. Make the thickness a little bit. It looks quite. No, it doesn't look good at all. Like. Oh, I think it's because the start one is slightly offset. Alright. Let me just move it. Yeah, just check out how cool this one looks. So I'm just going to be. I usually just set it for the play because it looks way more realistic. And you want to make sure that the main part contains all of them. In this case, it does. And please don't set the collision fidelity to box because it's basically just going to fling you into it. Trust me, I tried at this.
Flashback.
Whoa! Alright, I think I just got flinged into the air. That's great.
End of flashback.
Ready to persist convex decomposition, and let's hope my PC doesn't board. Alright, and it works. So now what you're going to do is drag a script into the part that contains all of them. In this case, the bulb. Looking good, man, looking good. Alright, but we're not done yet. We just need to add a while constraint, and the part 0 is basically going to be the bulb, and this parent, I'm going to be duplicating it, placing it in metal. Alright, and I feel like we did everything right. And if we did, oh, you just want to make sure these parts aren't anchored, so they match the main parts freaking C-frame. Damn, why did it take me so much to see this? And you just want to make sure they don't collide, only the bulb does. And you could just make them messless, but it might be way better to just have a mess. So I'm just going to be hitting play, and if we did everything right, it should work. Let's see if it does. Alright. And it looks like it doesn't collide, and let's see why. Oh, I think I might have forgotten to just disable not make this anchored. Let me just see. Yeah, it should not be anchored at all, because we already have the rope constraint. Oh, and just so you know, this part is always going to be anchored, because this is where the lighting bulb starts, just like in real life. And if we interact with it, as you can see, it does in fact work. And it resets its position back into its place. Huh, pretty cool. And let's just see. Properties, light bulb, model bulb. Yeah, let's get rid of it. And let's see the difference. Will never work because the rope constraint is wobbly. And yeah, it works. See you next time.